What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Ragnarok here with episode 46 of Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires. Karl Franz. Right, so previously had a very big siege. That's probably the biggest siege battle we've had. You know what? We've had a couple of big ones, but that was the first time that we've really had to get our melee units involved, and unfortunately we lost one of our warrior priests. Spartacus fell in the battle. That's me being careless again, as per fucking usual. But what can you do? Anyway, go on a steal for you, sir. That will be good.
What?
Very useful. Mr. Grunwald, let's get you back into the Wraight land, and
yes,
that gets us in the profit, or in the green rather, in the profit. What am I trying to say? Alright, let's replace Spartacus. We're gonna pick up this tough guy.
Let us forge our faith.
And I believe we are going to name him Mighty Thor. Alright. Got no weapons for him just yet. Give him some of this stuff. Yeah, I'll give him that. And that. Actually, wait, no. Hedge wizard? Don't think. Right. This army doesn't have a wizard in it. What am I saying?
Cleanse the empire.
Warhorse, Hammer of Sigmar, and let's actually go with something that makes a little bit more sense this time, and level these skills up, because you'll have a lot more probability, a lot higher probability of surviving if he can defend himself, rather than doing that. We'll do the campaign skills second. And
what do you require?
Sugar.
Yes.
Should have recruited him over here. Oops. Anyway, we're gonna demolish that, and I'm gonna demolish the roads because I want the roads on the right hand side, not the left hand side. Color me crazy, but I don't know. I mean, shoot fits, so whatever.
Yes, General.
All right, Captain Silver, you were headed back for Gruppin's army. Got to move you last turn.
The nation
Gruppin. Grunwald's army. We're gonna put you in Grunwald's army, and
now,
you, sir, are going into Gruppin's army. Really want to disband Bonaparte. But we need him there for the public order right now. I think once I was gonna say once this is built up we can disband him, but I don't think so.
To the provinces.
Fuck, that is really expensive. It's just not worth it to hold on to that province. What this is producing. What are we, like, well, it's not producing anything, and it's having this additional army is costing us a fucking fortune. The worst thing is there's a ton of things we need to build right now. I mean, oh man, it's too bad we can't trade it to them. We could just let it revolt, let it get raised, and then hopefully Weisenland comes in and retakes it, settles there, which they're the closest ones to it. Would make sense. 'Cause it's just not really feasible for us to hold on to it. I am kind of considering that as a viable option.
Tools of judgment
We'll leave Bonaparte there for one more turn. Alright, Franz. Okay, right, we moved him into Tempelhof. We're gonna try and hit Oakenhammer. I don't know if I mentioned this. If I didn't, I meant to, but we're gonna try and keep this episode at half an hour. Try and keep it short and sweet. The ideal length, I find the videos perform better when they're a little bit shorter. At least early on. I don't know. I mean, if you compare the camp... Anyway. It's not important. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep it at half an hour. It just seems like a good length. The only problem is it just stretches the playlist out considerably.
Armored in faith.
You ready to trade yet, old
As
sport?
expected. Absolutely not.
Come on, man. Still holding a grudge because we have
At your
your
service. My
capital.
people have striven to keep you from.
Yeah, I think to get agreements with anyone now, it's basically we're gonna have to do something that they like. But we're getting well. I don't want to say that. I was gonna say we're getting strong enough now that we're not gonna need those agreements, but that's not necessarily true. This game can get really out of control really quickly if you get involved in multiple wars, which they're starting to add up. I don't know when we went to war with these guys, but
Northmen come.
when they declared war on us, but whatever. I don't think they're that big. Couple of settlements by the looks of things. Anyway, Rebellion at Averheim. Somebody's got to get over there to deal with that.
Servant of the faith.
It's gonna have to be
Protector of the
Gruffin.
weak.
He's gonna take a couple turns for him to get there. And he's gonna be taking attrition the entire way. The other option was we could have
Show
sent
me the accused.
Bronze over there. I'm gonna send you... I don't know where I'm gonna send you. I think we've cleared out most of their armies. We need to get up there to those. I don't know. Just got a lot of ground to cover and just not enough armies to cover it right now. I make no apology for publicly celebrating your victory at Turgis, said Karl Franz. The beasts will be back, that we know, but not for a while, and that frees up resources for other things. He looked directly at Schwarzhelm. My mind has turned to healing old wounds, he said. One in particular, Ludwig. We need to do something about Averland. So that was it. Averland. Why now? Why not? Karl Franz leaned forward in his seat. His eyes sparkled. It was the only outward sign he ever gave of excitement. We may never get a better chance. For the moment, our northern borders are free from threat. Though I will not say the war is over, it has abated for a season. There are matters left hanging, threads to be tidied away. Leitdorf's seat is empty. The province must not be left without a master. Maybe so, but that's not in our gift to alter. You disappoint me. How long have I known you? Have you learned nothing of the arts of state? Schwarzhelm said nothing. Even a gentle rebuke from the Emperor felt like a stain on his honor. That was his particular gift. That was his peculiar gift. He didn't inspire loyalty, he inspired devotion. I recall when you were a young man, continued the Emperor, picking up his wine again and rolling the liquid around in the crystal. Leitdorf was still alive, but even then his mind was disarranged. He couldn't be left to run things alone. He had no qualms about imposing the imperial writ then. That was different. Not really, said Karl Franz. You can't interfere with the coronation of an elector. It's never been done. Karl Franz let slip away a smile. A sly smile. I don't believe you really think that, Ludwig, he said, but hear me out. I have nothing underhanded in mind. It's in our interest, in the Empire's interest, for Averland to have a strong man at the helm. The situation cannot be left to fester. There are plenty in that province who have no desire to see restoration. Sorry guys, lost my place there. No desire to see restoration of an electorship, but none of them can see beyond their own selfish noses. Even now we hear of greenskins in the passes, remnants of Ironjaw's ravagers. The integrity of the Empire is at stake. The Runefang must be wielded. Schwarzhelm pursed his lips. This sounded like politics already. He loathed politics. The only word he liked in the monologue was greenskins. Those he knew what to do with. I'm waiting for you to tell me how I fit into this. You are the dispenser of the Emperor's justice, replied Karl Franz. There was the faintest trace of irritation in his voice. Carry the sword, just as you did 20 years ago. I want you to go to Averheim, oversee the succession of a new count. They can't be allowed to drag their feet any longer. Take an army with you. If you have to use force, do it. The other electors won't like it, but they have their own worries. I don't care who ends up with the title, as long as it's legal and as long as it happens soon. It was getting worse. Electoral law, the most fiendishly complicated legislation in the old world. This wasn't just politics, it was high politics, the kind that men lost their souls over, or their minds. My liege, began Schwarzhelm, struggling to find the correct form of words. Are you sure I'm the right person for this? There are legal scholars in Altdorf, men steeped in. He trailed off. The Emperor looked at him with a disappointed expression. I have 1,000 legal scholars here. Averheim has them too. Can any of them do what you can do? Do any of them embody my imperial power? What are you telling me? That you're afraid of this?
Be at peace, for that is all I ever want.
Ended their non-aggression pact. Ludwig felt the burning spark of shame kindle. He knew what the Emperor was doing. Karl Franz knew how to find a man's weak spot. He was being tested, always being tested. The examination never ended. I fear nothing but the law and Sigmar. Then do as I ask. Are you ordering me? Do I need to? Schwarzhelm held the Emperor's gaze for a few moments. This was the tipping point. He'd never queried an order, never even queried a request, but this felt wrong. Some sense deep within him resisted. He could already see a host of possible outcomes branching away from him like the tributaries of rivers. None were good. He should decline. No, he said, giving in to duty. Of course not. I am your servant. The Emperor smiled, but the gesture had an edge of ice to it. I'm glad you remembered. Alright, sorry guys, I just wanted to finish off that section there, the break in the text. What do we got? A great migration comes to our borders to manage shelter from larger threats abroad. Do we let them cross into our territory or turn them away? And pavement movement range required to adopt 50%. Do nothing. Enables replenishment and access to the global recruitment pool. Immune to attrition. Bishop is 5. Okay. What? Why the fuck is this encamp thing on? I'm like, oh. Be gone. There's no room for refugees. Turn them back in with the gods. Does. I guess do nothing does nothing. And then migration -3 public order. All provinces growth plus 15% recruitment cost -10. I hate to turn them away, but we kind of have to. Can't afford the the negative public order right now. So it is what it is. And why the fuck is? Oh my gosh. Stupid fuck. Why is this bugged like this? Alright, that's really annoying. I don't know why we've got the can't get rid of this encamp thing. That is really gonna bug me. I hope it's not bothering you guys as much as it's bothering me. Fuck me. I don't know. I've had all kinds of issues with this game being buggy since they did the most recent update for the game. Anyway, what can you do? Alright, I'm gonna keep Grunwald and Altdorf one more turn.
What?
Thor's not going with them, but I want to get this guy in here. I guess that's the closest he can get to them. Damn it, we should. Actually, you know what? God damn it.
Yes. To the
I
province.
was gonna say we should get him in the army this turn,
I will marshal the men.
which I don't think we're gonna be able to now because he used up all his movement.
Praise Sigmar.
Damn it. Alright. Fuck, whatever.
Yes, my lord.
We'll get him in
To
there
the
next turn.
provinces.
We can put him on the forced march. This army, where are you headed? Abraham, where's the... What happened to the rebellion? Did somebody... Oh, did these guys take care of the rebellion for us? Oh, fucking love you guys. Oh man, you guys are great. That's perfect. That means you, sir, are free to move on to Wraight. So, it'll take you two turns to get there, so you might as well go half the distance and encamp this turn, and get Thor in there. So, Spartacus's replacement, linked with the army. Alright, how's the public order? +1. One more turn, that'll get it to +2. Still, not a very good situation there. A very expensive situation. Kind of dangerous upgrading this. Let's upgrade that. Safer, I think.
Seek out the heretics.
And let's have you come up this way, take a look around.
I command here.
Oh yeah, the apothecary has leveled up. Go with awakening the wood with some earth blood.
Now.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Damn it to hell. I thought we were gonna have enough room to hit this. There's some orcs here. Where the blazes did those armies go? Oh, you know what? We can reach this settlement. And Franz can get the Zufbar.
Champion of the faith.
Wonder if...
I see no other option.
Franz there, and have you come over here.
I serve Sigma. Faith shields us.
Damn it, I was hoping to get Franz in here for a little extra experience, but anyway. I don't want to risk him not being able to get to Zufbar. We'll just auto-resolve this. Alright, well, loot and occupy
Sigma is with us.
for the additional income. Still, this fucking thing is...
So?
Shit. Can't get the Zufbar anyway. Let's just put you in Drakenhof then, if that's the case. Get a little bonus to the public order here. We'll build those.
Ready to serve.
My god. What is wrong with this fucking game? Ooh, yes, irrepressible. Let's go with that. One step closer to reducing the upkeep costs of these guys. I'm gonna finish that off. And you, sir. Ragnar the Fearless. Just gonna give you Soul Fire. Alright, so be a little while before we have to worry about rebellion there. And yeah, public order is good there. Public order is not great here, but as Grunwald travels through here, we will boost the public order a little bit. One more turn where this is built. Probably get rid of this. How much is this providing? 40 growth. Yeah, I think we can safely get rid of that. Give us a little bit extra cash to spend, but probably we'll upgrade this. And if we can, maybe we'll sack Wraight so that we can invest it over here. Get another witch hunter out in the field. It'd be very helpful. But map is looking good, relatively speaking. So we need to sweep through this territory and...
I trust no man.
Yeah, I seriously doubt that there's armies up here, but you never know because... I mean, they're running out of settlements, and I don't know where Gerst got to. I definitely want to get back. Who are the orcs at war with? Just out of curiosity's sake.
What you want?
Okay, they were at war with the vampires.
Come on, homies. Speak! Not doing that.
Alright, whatever. Actually, we should probably take... Oh, they finally fucking raised this settlement up here. Finally. These poor schmucks. Probably take a moment to take a look at the diplomacy here and see if there's anything that we can...
King Luan Leon, my lady speaks unfavorably of Signon.
do. Hands are basically tied at the moment, to be honest.
I despise you and all
Unless
that
we're
you
willing. We don't have cash to bribe them, and we don't have... The only other way we can get some kind of agreement with someone is to join... Agree to join war against one of their enemies.
Your grasp, son of Sigma. Misguided.
Which we're already involved in 4 wars. I do not want to do that. I don't think I forgot to move anybody. Hope not anyway, but... What can you do? Far from the imperial palace and the grandeur of its associated institutions, a special area of elegant housing had been devoted to a single purpose. There had never been an official edict authorizing the quarter to be so given over, but over many years, a number of quietly influential people had started buying up portions of land and letting them to various other quietly influential people. A complicated series of trusts had been established, and some recalcitrant, undesirable tenants had it discreetly but firmly made clear to them that they were no longer welcome in the area. Older structures were demolished, including a rare example of Mandrid-era stonework, and handsome townhouses took their place. These were somewhat more desirable than the ramshackle Altdorf norm, and were all constructed of solid oak beams and well-laid brick. Whenever anyone tried to make inquiries as to the legal basis of all this change, they were met by an impenetrable wall of ownership, cross-ownership, and counter-ownership. It was surprisingly difficult to discover who owned what and how the money had been unearthed to build such a fine collection of handsome dwellings. Over time, however, it became clear that all of the new inhabitants were peculiarly similar. They were all men, all old, and all retired from the highest reaches of the Empire's armies. Unlike the rank and file, who mostly died on the field or sloped back to a life of penury in the villages whence they'd come, these were wealthy men, generals, regiment commanders, grand masters, and master engineers. They had the resources to fund a comfortable retirement and the connections to snare the best of the available property in the city. They could have gone anywhere, but they liked being with their own kind. As soon as the quarter began to fill up with such types, the rest of Altdorf knew it was pointless to pursue any further legal challenges. The various organized criminal syndicates had nothing on the quiet muscle of this old officers' club, and as the new arrivals were mostly eccentric old codgers with their potent days far behind them, no one minded very much. The area became renowned for a kind of faded civil gentility. That was a rare thing in Altdorf, and city dwellers in less enlightened districts would occasionally pay a visit, just for a glance of another, more refined way of life. There were many famous old names who'd ended up in the general's quarter, as it became known. Klaus van Trelberg, the butcher of Boregen, now spent his time constructing bird cages from discarded walking canes. The fiery Boris Schlesing, renowned for his bloody defense of Skargruppen Keep during the incursion of Nar Limbreaker, had created a garden made entirely of fabulously expensive Cathian miniature trees. This he watered every morning, clipping the edges of the tiny branches with a pair of silver scissors while humming tunes from his childhood. Not all the residents had descended into senility or dotage. Many noble reputations had been preserved in the quarter, and a steady stream of disciples made their way into it from time to time, looking for guidance and inspiration. So famous did it become that the expression "to go to the quarter" entered into common use, meaning to take time to seek some measured opinion from a wiser head. Schwarzhelm paused before entering the house. It was on the edge of the quarter, in sight of the river, but far from the worst elements of the quayside. It was modest by the standards of the area, but had a well-kept look about it. The seal of the Emperor's hung over the main doorway, carved in granite. Schwarzhelm stared at it for a moment. He'd fought under that seal for nearly 30 years. He knew every time of its intricate form. The paired griffins rampant, the sable shield, the initials of Karl Franz, and the devices of the Reichland forebears might as well have been branded onto his chest. Ooh, ambusher discovered, really. Helmengurst. Really. There he is. Oh, he's suffering a lot of attrition up there. That's good. Alright, how are we doing for time here? Alright, we got a couple minutes. 3 to be exact, if we're gonna keep it at a half an hour. But I am really annoyed by this great game. Bloodlust. Oh, great.
By the comet.
What kind of movement do you have? He's just out of range. Just out of range to hit Gerst. Would really like to finish that guy off, though. Keep upgrading these buildings.
As is my right by Sigmar's crown.
Waldenhof. You know what? Ah, fuck. I think I'm gonna send Franz to Waldenhof.
What?
And first, Holland, you start scouting around this way. Take a look at what's going on over here. No threat there. Look of. Oh, Manfred is back.
No. Awaiting orders.
Alright. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move Dante to here. For now. Put him in camp.
To serve.
And for the bones, you can have a. What do you call it? A warhorse. So. This will block Gerst from coming down to here.
I think
It's getting a little bit of replenishment. I feel pretty confident we can take him on. Though, could bring backup. We might have to.
praise be to Sigmar.
We might have to withdraw if we get attacked there, but that'll block him from getting to Oakenhammer. And Zufbar should be able to stand on its own for now. And Franz, we should have done this a while ago, but we should have consolidated this province. That'll
Will.
help us keep public order under control a little bit better. Just auto resolve there. And ah, man. Fuck it.
Fight for our nation.
Leave and occupy. We need the coin. No, it's bad policy to anyway, get rid of this, get rid of that, and repair this, and I think Ashen should be safe to upgrade that. Keep going with the buildings that are going to provide us with income.
I will marshal the men.
Bonaparte is getting public order going here. Ooh. We're going to put another Shrine of Sigmar there for some more of those fancy ass warrior priests. Alright, I'm gonna sink some points into Frost Protection. So we mind having that, but should have that unlocked as well. Alright, let's pop you into the army. Hopefully this doesn't hamper our movement too much. Let's get you moving.
It is for the best.
Fortunately,
Let us move.
this is going to reduce our income. Hasn't kicked in yet, but moving him from Altdorf is going to significantly reduce our income per turn. But I think throughout the campaign, Grunwald will be staying in and around Altdorf, just protecting the heart of the Empire. But we'll be using him to secure some of these other areas though as well right now. But good old Leonidas Gruppen, let's get you over here to Wurtbad. Oh shit. Okay. Alright, so we got a siege here. What time is it? Ah man, we're over the 30-minute mark. Fuck it, let's just fight it. This should only take 10 minutes. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this episode should be airing on a Friday as well, so I usually like to make the Friday episodes a little bit longer, but the episodes in general are starting to get stretched out longer. So anyway, I mean, I hope you guys don't mind sticking around for a little bit extra if it means getting a battle in. But this shouldn't be too difficult for us. Just wondering if we should just go right for the walls, or if we should take the towers down first.
Great cannon!
Alright, we're gonna approach this siege a little bit differently than usual.
Reichsguard! Sigma calls!
Alrighty, let's see here.
Servant of Sigma, ready to serve.
Cast the foe! For Heldenhammer! Light wizard! Great swords! By Ulrich's wrath! Great swords!
Look at the guys that are at full strength in the front row ranks,
By Ulrich's wrath!
and the
Great swords!
guys that are taking a little bit of casualties in behind them. Alright, you sir stay there for now.
We are Sigmar's heirs!
Fuck me sideways.
Ready for war!
Lost that gamble. Just noticing that now.
Commands!
Alright, so
Ready
1,
for
2, 3, 4,
Helden
and
hammer!
5. Alright.
Hammer of the Empire!
I want you on fire. Well, try in card mode.
Which target,
We'll
General?
try and take that tower down first. You guys move up.
By Karl Franz!
Moving.
Formation march!
1. You guys. Ah, shit. Didn't have enough room to move my mouse
With
there.
pleasure. Yes,
2.
General!
You guys go for this gate. We're gonna send you guys to the gates. These guys, I guess we'll scale the walls here. Fight them on the walls. And we'll get in behind with the Reichsguard, go for the town center. The Knights Panther and the... what do you call it?
Ready for war!
We'll try and support troops with a Kobolas.
Great swords!
Alright,
The
you
Empire
two
is
go
yours!
there. You go
Fighting
for
the
there.
wall, sir. Driving
there.
the wall, sir. Get up
You
there!
guys go over there.
Ready for war!
And you guys just stay in reserve. Wherever I
For
might
the
need you.
twin-tailed comet! Take position!
How are we doing here? It's gonna take a little while.
Arch-lector!
Want you guys
By Galmareth!
through that door.
The
What
Empire
you got? Oh.
endures!
Fuck me sideways. I thought for sure there was a door over here, but I was mistaken. Can you make me a door?
Through to
Pretty
Canada.
please?
We
That
are
would be great.
Sigmar's heirs. Light is might.
So
Great
let
swords.
the
Yes, my lord.
magic build
Our
up a bit.
weapons are yours.
Hopefully we can get... Come on, tell me you can shoot the wall from there. Thank you. Fuck, that was not a very good...
Light of
Alright.
battle.
I think I am gonna send you to support them here in a moment.
Guides us.
And support them.
Understood. Great swords.
Actually, no, you probably support the guys
For
in the
the
center there.
Warhammer. I serve Hish.
We should let this build up a bit, but you guys gonna need a little bit of help.
For the twin-tailed comet.
Go over here
Get
too.
them.
52%. Through the gatehouse yet? Not yet. Have anything defending over here? They got nothing defending over here. Ah, fucking hell.
Cannon.
Should be shooting that down.
State troops ready.
Can you get up here too?
By Galmaraz. Great swords. Attack.
Actually, you know what? No, you're gonna be needed over here.
We obey.
You can get up here,
For the
help them.
Empire. The Empire endures. We obey.
Gonna be a tougher battle. Fuck. I wanna let this build up.
Faith in the
Come on.
comet.
Get through there. Alright, the door is open on this side.
Look out. Great swords.
Get in there and attack them.
At speed.
Got the wall down. Hammer the witches. Need you to take this tower down. That is causing a lot of problems. Go for the town center, boys. While we got them pinned on the walls. You guys
Sons of Sigmar,
come around this way.
attack.
Might have been a bit of a mistake to send the swords up here on their own. But they seem to be doing okay. Alright. We're doing alright, and should very easily take the town center here.
Awaiting your command.
Actually, let's get you guys smashing behind here.
I do not fear death.
You guys can take this guy down.
Sigmar is with me. Immediately. Heldenhammer. Ready for war.
What are you? What the? These fucking bats stopped them from their command order. Come on, get over here.
Battle awaits. Emperor's mercy on us all.
I think these guys need it the most here.
As long as we draw breath, they will die.
There we go, that's what I'm talking about. Smash some vampires.
They will break sky. Ready to smite.
Up that ability. Over here and help out. Should be too much longer now. Oh, we've got the town center. Beauty. Alright, we've got the timer started. So we're good now. You guys can hold your fire.
I am prepared. The Empire
So let's
endures.
drop a. See if we can slow them down a little bit. Taking a little bit of damage here. And let's actually
Ready for orders.
bring you guys over here.
With haste. State
Drop your
troops.
abilities over here and just give a little bonus
That's an
to these guys
order.
fighting on the walls
Great
here.
swords. Ready for war! Now! Take their heads to battle!
What is that? Enemy stronghold will soon be yours. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Charge! Great swords! Slay them!
I don't want to pull this guy out.
Shields up! The Empire endures!
Try and see if we can
We are Sigmar
save some of these guys.
Great swords!
Just hold these guys in place until
Illumination upon them!
this battle finishes off.
For Heldenhammer!
Alright. Should be okay there.
Great swords! Behold the silver hammer! Sigma! Ready to smite! With speed! By the twin-tailed
Just have to
comet.
hold out for 33 more seconds. Crit it out. What
We are
are
Sigmar's
you
heirs.
doing, man? Whatever.
Illuminus calls. Ulrich, save us!
There we go. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Boys on the walls struggle a little bit. I mean, that's to be expected. When you climb the walls, I think you lose vigor, and they fight like shit. Not to mention, when they first get up there, they're kind of outnumbered. But they just didn't have enough troops to defend everywhere. So, look at this. 101 kills. That vampire. Should have maybe tried focusing on killing her. Ah, son of a bitch. We haven't even given out these fucking... yeah. These banners. Anyway. Whatever. Ooh, do we want to loot and occupy? Keep the cash rolling in? Fuck it.
Sigmar is with us!
Why not? desperate for coin right now, so it's not a great policy though. It ends up costing you probably ends up costing more in the long run, but anyway, whatever. In the short term, we definitely need that money coming in. Oh man, 15,000 costs to build that thing. We have a ton of building to do and just not a lot of money to do it, but son of a bitch, we've expanded quite a bit. How many territories do we have currently? 23. Oh, that's not bad, but I mean, by turn 81, you probably should have more than that, but we've been going kind of at a slow pace. I mean, more recently that pace has accelerated a little bit, but wrestling this territory under our control with the public order, weeding out the vampire corruption, it's going to take quite a while, I think, and that's going to be the main issue: public order and corruption for a while. I mean, taking the territory has been no problem. We've been smashing the vampires at pretty much every chance that we get. The only real close call was the one there with Manfred and Franz, but this could be a potentially dangerous situation with Dante here by himself, but with the combined force of the garrison here, we should be okay. I just don't want them coming down. I don't want them to get to this minor settlement, but it might almost be a good idea to let them take the minor settlement so that we can trap them in there potentially. But anyway, we'll figure it out. I do kind of want to send Karl back this way, and maybe we could actually even come around in behind them through the mountains here if we get the what is it called, military access from Karak Kadrin. We will have to fight in the mountains. The vampires are corrupted, but the empire's looking pretty good. It's looking strong, and yeah, hoping that we can continue building a steamroller and just get the economy freed up a little bit more and just really invest into these settlements. So thank you again for watching, guys. Episode 47 will be next. Have a great day. Ragnarok signing out.